Ramen is a meal that's very special in Japan. Every ramen shop you come across is different, with unique styles, recipes, original soup, noodles, and toppings. Every ramen shop has its own twist, making it one of a kind. Some of these ramen shops grow into their empire and open up different branches all over the country. If you're lost among all the options and want to try out some of the most famous and popular ramen shops, then we've got you covered. Here in this video, let's break down some of the biggest ramen chains you can find in Japan and even overseas. When you wander around and get hungry, look around and you will probably find one of these ramen restaurants in Japan. If you're not sure about what type of ramen you like to try, we have another video about different types of ramen that you can check out right over here. The first ramen chain restaurant for you is Ichiran. Ichiran is probably the most famous ramen chain. It is the ramen chain that everyone probably should try at least once. They specialize in their famous tonkotsu ramen. Besides adding different toppings, they only have the one menu that has made them so popular. The original shop opened in 1960 in Fukuoka, and the first concept shop with the current design opened in 1993. There are currently 85 restaurants worldwide, with 7 of the restaurants being overseas. Ichiran is known for their solo dining booth, where each customer is sat in their own booth facing the wall, and your order is taken and received without you ever having to see the face of the staff inside the kitchen. The booth is equipped with explanations of how to order, their restaurant motto, water, and order form. The individual booth is set to help you concentrate on your food and focus on the flavors rather than talking to the people around you and the chance of getting distracted. Some Ichiran stores have removable partitions where you can open up the booth and talk to the people that you came to the restaurant with. The menu is offered in English as well as Japanese, and the order form allows you to choose the richness of the broth, spiciness, the amount of garlic, meat, and so on. This way, you can probably customize your ramen and have the way that best suits you. Within minutes of ordering, you'll be served the most heartwarming dish. Ichiran is definitely one of the must-try ramen shops, and its unique style and flavor will be able to satisfy your crave. Ichiran, especially those in the city center, is very popular and considered one of the best ramen restaurants in Japan for many people. If you go during lunchtime or dinner time, you'll probably have to stay in the queue for a while. Since most of the Ichiran restaurants are open 24 hours, I suggest you visit out of the peak hours to avoid the line. For people that don't like pork or can't eat pork, Ichiran has also recently opened a restaurant that's pork-free. Instead of using pork in the soup, they use chicken to create the broth, topped with a sweetened beef called gyuyaro. The way they came up with the name is interesting. Gyu means beef and yaro means right. It's said that the Ichiran specialists were deciding what to add as a topping, and one of them said gyuyaro, meaning it has to be beef, right? That's how the beef topping became a part of the no pork Ichiran ramen. Okay, moving on to the next ramen chain, which is Ippudo. Similar to Ichiran, Ippudo is another famous ramen chain that has made itself overseas in 15 countries worldwide, including the United States, Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and other countries. Ippudo offers a few different types of ramen, along with sides like gyoza and fried rice. Ippudo has renewed its image of Hakata ramen, a style of tonkotsu ramen. Hakata ramen used to be shunned by young people for being scary, dirty, and smelly. But Ippudo was designed to be easy for anyone to enter, especially women, with a focus on stylish and clean store design. Not only do they offer tonkotsu ramen, but they also offer miso and shoyu ramen. There are 2 main menus at Ippudo. There's the original taste of shiromaru, which has been popular since the beginning. The soup is cooked for 18 hours and aged for a day. The other is shin akamaru, a pork bone ramen that has evolved based on the taste of shiromaru with extra richness and depth. Also, there's the karaka ramen, which is topped with spicy miso with a mixture of spicy spices and nuts on white soup. The spiciness of spices and the taste of pork bones match perfectly. Alright, another popular chain is Tenkaippin. Tenkaippin is a ramen chain shop that originated in Kyoto. It started as a standing ramen shop in 1971, run by Mr. Tsutomu Kimura. The company that he was working at went bankrupt, and he was left with only 37,000 yen to his name, which is roughly $370. After a lot of hard work and consistent improvements, in 1975, Mr. Kimura opened his own ramen restaurant, and the journey continued on. As of today, there are more than 240 stores from Hokkaido to Okinawa, including a shop in Hawaii. The rich soup is created by different ingredients, including chicken bones and vegetables, which are made into a rich, exquisite soup by the secret method that Kimura created. The popular ramen of Tenkaippin costs as low as 720 yen. They also offer a cheap lunch set with ramen, mentaiko rice, and chashu rice. Some of their shops serve special ramen menus like a soup called kosasari, which mixes 2 types of soups together, and a ramen called ajigane, where customers can adjust the concentration of the soup. Alright, the next ramen chain is Korakuen. Korakuen is a ramen chain store with its headquarters in Koriyama in Fukushima Prefecture. It was founded in 1954. After that, their factory was built and it was developed for nationwide expansion. As of right now, there are over 520 stores all over Japan. Korakuen makes ramen that is particular to the times and regions. They have ramen with tonkatsu, miso, and shio broth with a huge variety. The light soup is made with pork bones, where the pork umami is boiled, the noodles are flattened, and the soft chashu is added on top. They have an extraordinary commitment to vegetables, and miso vegetable ramen, which was launched mainly in Eastern Japan, uses 300 grams of vegetables per cup. Since the taste change depending on the region, the Japanese branches are divided into 6 regions and the menus are provided according to each region. They have stores in a lot of different food courts of shopping centers and they prepare menus that can be easily eaten. If you happen to be visiting a shopping mall or an outlet store, you'll probably stop by Korakuen. Alright, the next one for you is Kitakata Ramen. Kitakata Ramen is a local ramen that originated in Kitakata City in Fukushima Prefecture. Their Tokyo branch called Kitakata Ramen Banai opened in 1987. Currently, their shops are expanding beyond Tokyo, Eastern and Western Japan, as well as overseas. Kitakata Ramen's popularity has increased and the name of Kitakata has become the lucky charm. The menu includes the basic Kitakata Ramen, which has a lot of green onion. There is the Yakibuta Ramen filled with chashu with rice bowl, and the Negiyaki Pork Ramen with a lot of onion and the chashu. They also have different seasonal menus, like the chilled ramen for summer. You can also get different set menus here, like the gyoza set, the roasted pork rice set, or the half fried rice set. There's also the child ramen set for children, including dessert, juice, and toys. Alright, another amazing ramen chain store for you is Hidakaya. Hidakaya is popular with families, with children. It is a convenient ramen chain store that serves a wide range of dishes other than ramen. This chain store has a wide range of ramen, cheap Chinese set meals, and side dishes, so you can think of it even like an izakaya. Hidakaya now has over 360 stores. The recommended ramen in Hidakaya is the vegetable tanmen. This ramen has 350 grams of vegetables, which is the daily vegetable intake required. It is only 490 yen per bowl. They also offer a variety of different ramen for their customers to choose from, and they recommend you get an order of their special dumplings to go with your ramen. Hidakaya is a low-priced ramen food chain. The menu here is not only affordable, but also simple and standard, so that people of all ages, young and old, can visit the store and enjoy a delicious meal. Japan is slowly but surely catching up with the rest of the world with more and more vegetarian, vegan, and halal-friendly ramen shops, and they're popping up all over the country. There's Afuri. Afuri has 8 branches around Tokyo. Afuri is famous for the use of yuzu, which is a Japanese citrus, in their ramen. The soup that's used in the shop is said to be prepared with the natural water that springs from the foot of Mount Afuri, the mountain that this chain is named after. The golden soup is the life of the ramen of Afuri. While extracting the umami of the carefully selected ingredients, the transparent color adds to the refreshing taste of the soup. Chiyu, which is the chicken oil, is extracted from the Japanese whole chicken, and you can choose the amount of chiyu you like in your broth, blending with different types of seasonal vegetables and roots. Their vegan ramen option is made with 100% plant-based ingredients. Along with the seasonal vegan broth, the ramen is served with fresh seasonal vegetables, wheat noodles blended with lotus root without the use of egg. These are some of the most popular ramen chains in Japan. Enjoy visiting 1, 2, or all of these different chain ramen shops and try some of the best ramen in Japan. Since some of these chains have ramen branches overseas as well, you don't have to travel all the way to Japan to try out these legendary shops. If you have any questions or would like to get in touch, you can shoot us a message on Instagram or on Facebook. If you enjoyed this video and want to find out more about Japanese food and drinks, Japanese culture, and more, make sure to subscribe and press the bell notification. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.